So the nights are getting colder and darker, and I just watched my second favorite Christmas movie, Home Alone, and it got me thinking, maybe I should think about securing my house. And this system is going to allow me to set up my entire house with a full security system. And one of the best things about the Ring alarm is you can do it all yourself. You don't have to pay anybody else to do it for you. So here's what I'm going to do for you guys. I'm going to show you how easy it is to set this alarm up. And if you had any doubts about doing it yourself, by the end of this video, we should be able to eliminate those. And then at the end of the video, we'll fast forward a few days and I will give you my honest opinion on what I think of this alarm, having actually used it. You ready? Let's go. So here is everything that comes with the basic equipment. So you've got one PIR, you've got one door contact, you've got a range extender, you've got the plug for the keypad. This is the base station, and there's a bunch of different ways of setting this up. But the simplest way to fit these sensors is to use the 3M adhesive that comes with it. Stuff like this will need to be fitted to the wall a little bit more securely, so it might involve drilling a couple of holes, and I'm going to show you that in a moment. But one of the great things about the Ring system is it's completely modular, so you can add, like I said before, the Ring doorbell or the Ring floodlights or any other kind of Ring products will actually link into this system, and that's a great thing. You can always bolt on more detectors. And Ring were nice enough to send me over a couple of extra ones, which I'm going to use as well during the setup process. So in the basic equipment, of course, you've got the base station, the keypad, and you've got one PIR sensor and one door contact. The great thing about all of these devices in the box is they're already linked. So all you need to do is follow the instructions on screen, pull out the tabs when it tells you to do so for these devices here, and they will automatically connect to the base station. Now, when it comes to adding more elements, for example, another door contact or another motion sensor, this is where it's slightly different, and I will show you that now. So down here on the bottom right corner of the app, you see the little plus, you tap that, it asks you, what do you want to add? It is a security device that I want to add, and it is a sensor. And what I'm going to do first is the extra motion sensor. So I'm going to go motion detector here. You hit ready, and then it's going to ask you to scan the QR code. And every single Ring device will have a QR code on the back of it, which is super convenient. You go to scan QR code, it opens the camera. There we go, it's got the code. You put user code, and then automatically it's detected that device there. Now you have to give it a couple of moments just to pair up properly. And if, like me, you pulled the tab too early before you were supposed to, what you then have to do is open up the PIR, take the battery out and put it back in. That was a rookie mistake by me there, but at least you guys know how to solve that problem if it happens. So what happens once it's connecting is blinking, and then when it's solid, it's connected, and you can go to finish setup here, and then it's going to give you the option to tell the app where it's going to be. If you put this in an entrance hall, basically it's going to see you when you open your front door, so it has to have a delay. If you put this in a room where it's not going to see you when you open the front door, then it can have a direct detection. So you have to decide here whether you're going to have this sensor in an entrance hall or in a room. For me, I'm going to have this in a room. There are presets that you can use, but you can also create your own one. And then once you've done that, it's all set up and it's ready to go. And there is a bunch of other tweaks you can make to it once it's all set up, but you want to fit it to the wall first, and that's what we're going to do now. So I kid you not, it literally took me about 2 minutes to fit the motion sensors. I've got one up there and I've got one in the other room. Now it's time to fit the door contacts, and these are going to be even easier than those. All right, so when it comes to doors, what you want to do is use the top corner of the door, and you can either use the sensors in a vertical position or a horizontal. Probably going to use the horizontal position for this one. Okay, so the motion sensors and the door contacts were super easy. This might be the trickiest part of installing the Ring alarm, and that's fitting this to the wall. So you've got a back plate, and I'm going to drill a few holes and fit that to the wall here. And what's really important about this part of the system, it actually sirens as well. If the alarm goes off, it'll make a noise here too. So this is a perfect location, right close to the door for the keypad. So the keypad is now fitted to the wall, and it was really easy. If you can drill a few holes and screw a few screws in, you're fine. But check this out, there is an adhesive pad in here, so technically you could use adhesive. The only thing that would worry me a little bit is because you're pushing buttons quite firmly on there. After a while that might wear off. It might also tear off some wallpaper if it comes off the wall. So I prefer to use the screws for this part. And that really is the most difficult part of the alarm fitting. You can fit the base station as well if you wanted to a wall, but I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to leave it freestanding, just like my modem and all that kind of stuff. Okay, so I've now been using the Ring alarm for a few days, and I'm going to give you my personal opinion on the product. And let's start with the design. So the elements and everything are really lightweight, and that makes the adhesive application of those super easy to do, and I'm not worried about them falling off the wall anytime soon. So that's a great thing. And even though they're lightweight, they do have a very premium look, and they feel very premium as well, particularly the keypad. And one of the things that I really like about the keypad is very well built, as I mentioned before, but it's also got lights integrated into it. So even if the lights are out, you can see what's happening on the keypad and the buttons you're pushing, but it's also got a speaker built into it as well. So when you arm a mode or disarm the alarm, it will talk to you and tell you what's going on as well. So I really like that feature there when it comes to the design of the device. And when it comes to actually using the alarm, it's really, really simple. You have the pin number terminal right there next to the door, but then of course, from your Ring app, you can do everything from the home screen, from the dashboard. So you see right at the top here on the Ring app, I've got disarm, home, and away. Now, home is what you're going to use when you're at home, and typically you just do all of the doors. And away would basically be every single element on. You can customize these modes very easily within the Ring app. So you just go to your devices, you go to the alarm base station, and let's say we want to change the living room sensor to have a different mode. We just go to mode here, and we could change it to those modes. As soon as we hit save, it's done. Very easy to do, and that's really great. If you've got a lot of sensors, you can customize your home and away settings super easily through the app. I really like that feature. Another really important one, particularly for me, is the motion settings. So I have a dog, and I can change the sensitivity, and depending on how big your pets are, you could change the sensitivity for those particular pets. My dog seems to be all right with the medium sensitivity. I haven't had any false alarms yet with the dog moving around inside the house while I'm not home. And another really cool feature here when it comes to the window and door sensors, you can set chirps and tones, you can change the modes like the other sensors, but you can actually get notifications every time they open and close. So you see I have open notifications activated here on the front door. So every time the front door opens, I will know that the front door has opened. So that's a really standout feature if you ask me. And you might be wondering about how loud the alarm is. And trust me, it's very loud. The sound comes from here, the base station, and from the keypad as well. It's going to be louder here at the base station, and you kind of want to keep this somewhere away from the door. As far away from the door as possible is better. So let me talk about the awesome features now when it comes to the Ring alarm. One of the greatest features I think we have here is the Ring Protect plan, and that basically activates a SIM card that's inside the Ring base station. And basically what that will do is if your internet stops working, it will then use the SIM to transmit the data to your devices no matter where you are. And on top of that, if you go for the Ring Protect plan, you'll also get a phone call, an automated phone call telling you your alarm's gone off, because you might miss the notifications. If you get a phone call, it's much harder to miss. And also you can save the Ring number to your phone, so it will say Ring alarm is calling you, and in those scenarios you know something's happening. So that's a great feature there. You don't have to use it, you can just use the standard notifications instead, but it's a great option to have, and it's already pre-installed in the Ring base station. The other really awesome feature is the backup batteries in the keypad and in the base station as well. So that eliminates the possibility of a burglar cutting your power line to disable your modem, to disable your security alarm. They can't do it, it won't work. That is an awesome feature too. And quite honestly, the most awesome feature when it comes to the Ring alarm itself is the ecosystem. There's so many products that you can bolt on to the Ring alarm, like cameras, floodlights. There's loads of stuff that you guys should definitely check out. If you want to pick up a Ring alarm, there is a link below this video, and if you enjoyed this one, I'd appreciate a thumbs up, and if you just subscribed, you're now one of the finest subscribers known to man.